Hello and welcome to the round 13 review for Supercoach 2022. It's George from Fantasy Take TV, and yeah, today we'll discuss how we went. Our trades didn't really work out, so we'll speak on that. And yeah, where we're ranked at the moment. So we're ranked we scored 1,772 and we're ranked 5,000. So it went from about 4.5k down to 5k. So first buy round we went up, I think from like 7k to 4.5k. Now we're down 500. So overall, positive results so far in the buys. This week coming in the round 14 buy, I thought would be easy for us, and a few rookies have been dropped this week, and that may mean that we have a bit of a rough week again. But we'll have a look at and see how we line up. So yeah, team sheets were quite bad for us. The plan was to get Sinclair in this week, but I figured I can get a mid in given I have to replace a few rookies. So we'll get to our trades and just how the team looks. But our trades were, so we figured Hayes was out and just cash him in this week while we can. Hayes the Tickle, thought he'd play in round 14, but sounds like he might not. They liked Finlayson, or potentially this bloke, Tickle, could play at some point this year, and it could even be this week, we don't know. But yeah, Hayes to Tickle, grab the money. That got us McComb up to Walsh, and then we went. Now we stuffed this up because we went Rioli to Judson Clark, which worked out well. It's just that we should have traded Connor McDonald, but I didn't know if he was going to be sub or not. I think it was Richmond played the early game, and Hawthorn played 2 days later, so I didn't really know if he travelled or not, which he didn't end up travelling, played VFL. So yeah, holding Connor McDonald has not worked. He's been basically we haven't used him at all, unfortunately, but that's alright. Unfortunate, but yeah, so bring in Sam Walsh. So all week we're like, do we bring in Parrish? Do we bring in Walsh? Before I was planning Sinclair initially, plans changed, and then I was thinking about Parrish or Walsh, and even if it wasn't this week, probably would have been round 14 leading up to this round. So Parrish made more sense because he was getting more CBAs. He's the main midfielder. Whereas Sam Walsh starting off half forward a lot. I don't think he's starting off the wing that much. It's more half forward and midfield, and that does hurt his ceiling. But regardless, in this role, he's still getting 32 touches a game. So I figured, he should be safe for, maybe 115 plus, but the role is just not as good as the other mids. So, I mean, bad ratio, scored 90 something Dream Team or Fantasy and 75 Supercoach. Easy matchup. Essendon, they don't run defensively, so I figured this would be a good matchup for Walsh. And, you can't really, if you want to pick certain players at this point, well, you're getting him in this week, next week, or the week after, basically, and then the team's done. So I figure, I can't really wait and hope for a price drop because, one good score, which you'd expect, and then, the price is not going to change. But paid $630 for Walsh. He was max price, apparently. He's, coming down a lot. So he could be an option if you want to grab him. Maybe Josh Kelly was better, but Josh Kelly makes me very nervous, so we skipped Kelly. And then this week, there's Mills and Laird. So Laird for me is an easy option, just so safe. And then Mills is really good as well, but durability slightly nerve-wracking for me, so hopefully he bounces back. It's just annoying that a lot of people would have brought in Sinclair or Doherty, who scored huge, and then I got this, so it's just hurts on the ranks a lot. And yeah, we vice-captained Neil, just took it. Thought about going on Oliver, but I just thought I'd take the safe route. Oliver was a good chance to score well on Collingwood. They're not the best clearance team, so I figured that's what they'll do. But I think Oliver's outside game is really, really good as well. So yeah, should have captained him. Probably was worth the risk, but been burnt by not taking captains before. Just played it safe and lost 18 points. I thought that would be much worse. So yeah, how we lined up this week: fielded 5 down back, fielded 2, 4, 6, 7 in mids and rucks, and then 5 down here. So Ben Hobbs has been really good for us. So yeah, lucky we lucked into that pick. But other than that, fielding the 17 sort of hurt. Thought I was going to get 19 or 20, but yeah, team sheets and whatnot. But this week, actually, we'll go through the team first, then we'll look at trades. So in defense, Sicily was outstanding as well. As usual, he was great. George Stewart, solid. Thought he played better than 97, but it's all right. Chris kicked a late goal. He was very good. Again, he's you can see that he was a halfback in the past, because even though he's playing midfield, he does provide a lot of drive when he has the ball, a lot of run and carry. So yeah, he played really well. Short, just a 102. I think it's not a top 6 mid in the role, a top 6 defender in the role. And Jacob Ware played a bit more up the ground, which was great. So he took a really nice intercept and forced a turnover and then set up a goal. So it looked really good. So I think they're going to back him in because they're playing him up the ground. Nick Haynes is out. I think Himmelberg is playing that role, I think, who scored nearly 200 this week. So yeah, maybe they just want to back him in. The coach brought him in straight away. He's gone up a lot in price now, so probably not worth bringing in. But yeah, I hope this is our defensive cover for the year. Thompson should come back. What does it say here? Round 15. I think it'll be later than that. So yeah, where he played all right. Again, it does help when you play West Coast and North over your first 3 games. So might have bought himself some time, but we'll see how he goes. But yeah, I liked him. I thought he was good ball user. And the midfield. So yeah, spoke about Oliver. He was outstanding today. There had a bit of arguments in the Discord. Should have gone to Cox. Should have gone to Oliver. Best on ground. I thought Oliver personally, but that's just me. And yeah, Neil was solid. I thought both were underscored. If you look at the stat sheet, you would think that Neil went 150 and Oliver went 170, but that's all right. Led, again, a bit of a pod. So to have one of our best players out this week, that's a pod, will always hurt a bit. Yeah, Samuel, I don't know. Just a bad game. There's not a whole lot of evidence of him scoring really well with the entire 5 of them. So the first few rounds, all 5 were playing, and he scored 90, 124, 101. Then Cripps got injured, and then there's a game where, I think the game where he scored 150, they were all playing, but Cripps was slightly out of form, but he still had 26 touches. So I mean, he's so durable. He is reliable, covers the most amount of ground every game. So look, I'll be happy. I just want 115. That would be great. 110, not the worst, but you want a bit more. It's just, who are the other mids that are competing for spots? Let's have a quick look. Well, who could be better than Walsh? So Led is M3. That's pretty cool. Let's go mid only. So obviously there's nothing I can do about this now, but like Callum is really good, but yeah, he's probably worth the durability risk because only 9 rounds to go. But I always say that, he's played this many games, but you never know with Callum. He seems to get jabbed or strapped up or something every game just about with his Achilles, so I'm not sure what's going on there. Brayshaw's been outstanding the past 2 weeks, but again, like to score 135, kick a goal that got huge scaling. He's not the most damaging player at the moment, I think, I don't mean to insult like that, but he had 1 contested possession for 18 uncontested and 1 contested at halftime. After halftime, it was a bit more damaging this week, but a lot of cheapies off halfback, so not owning him in other formats is very frustrating, but in this format, he's still playing really well. I don't think he's top 8 mid, but I think he's just outside that. I think Keys has dropped off, so I'm not really interested in him anymore, but has a nice fixture. Kelly's probably top 8, I think, in this current role. Got tagged heavily, which made no sense. So, and then Parrish, it's injured, so not sure what happens there in the near future. And then Steele, so I think ideally it's either Kelly or Mills that would be better over Walsh, I think. And then Parrish, if he comes back, all good in the near future. But I don't know. I went Walsh over Parrish just for gut reasons, I guess. But yeah, unfortunate if you went Parrish. Cripps was pretty good again. First quarter looked poor, then worked into the game. Oh man, Petrarca, this is fake as hell, I think. Yeah, we went early through an average 74. That's really bad. He doesn't look. I don't think he's moving super well. I definitely think he needs the buys. And he doesn't cover anywhere near as much ground as Oliver from the eye. You can just see in transition, Oliver was always ahead of him. But look, I would definitely trade him if you had that luxury to, you grab the points this week and then you get a better premium. Still remember he went 120 post buy last year. I think Melbourne need to start winning for sure now. They've lost a few now, so they're not like even safe in the top 4 anymore. I think they could drop out in 2 weeks if they lose again. Just because there's better options other than Petrarca, but there's every chance that he has a really strong back half of the year, which is fine. But yeah, he's been a bit up and down this year. One that I definitely won't own in the future. But yeah, hopefully he bounces back. But yeah, just annoying, bit out of form at the moment. And yeah, McDonald, yeah, it is what it is. He'll be dead on our bench for the year. Machida Owens knocked out. Another player down for next week, so that's not good. And then that's our bench. The ruck line. So Gawn was injured coming into the game with a back issue. Then he rolled his ankle, copped a few knocks as well. So not great. I guess it's a good time for that to happen though. He has the bye this week, so hopefully he will be refreshed. Who's he play? Big O. Interesting. And then the forward line, so yeah, Captain English for the loophole. So is Fife affecting Brody? From the first bounce, Brody started on the bench and Fife was at a CBA, but after that I think Brody attended most CBAs. Fife was mostly forward. So look, I'm not trading Brody. I think I don't really want to throw away a potential keeper. Like people that threw Cogs away, threw away probably a top 6 forward now if Bont is still injured. But yeah, I'm not throwing Brody away off one game of scoring 80 with 5 in the team. I can understand the appeal. Like there's no way I would go Brody to Bont knowing that Bont isn't 100%. So if Bont was 100% and you thought Brody is your worst forward, then I'd understand, but yeah, he's here to stay for me. So yeah, he's been outstanding this year, and yeah, it should be fine. Cogs, yeah, unbelievable. 174. It's kicking goals. Knows where to find the goals from the midfield, and even spend a bit of time forward, but mostly in the midfield. North Eye embarrassment though. So yeah, they played really, really poorly. And yeah, I think Himmelberg went 200. Kelly got hard tagged, which made no sense. Like, you're getting belted by 10 goals. Why are you tagging an opposition midfielder when Cogs is having 6 shots on goal? Like, I understand what Noble's doing down there, but yeah, you can definitely bring him back in. How much is he? 490, 498. I mean, he's perfectly fine to bring in, but I guess the plan for you was, if you traded him, you thought you were getting a Dogsmith in his place, which is fine, but I'd still go Cogs. I'd go Cogs over in injured Bont. Just depends on the health of Bontempelli, but yeah, we'll see. Different story though if he's not injured. Butters, no CBAs at all, scored 87. He's definitely, I think he's my weakest forward. So that's whatever. There was an article where he was saying he wants to improve his midfield craft in the second half of the year, so hopefully that happens. Plays, who do they play this week? Sydney at home, that'll be a tough matchup. And yeah, Ben Hobbs has been fantastic. So to get an 83 from a rookie, I think he's a pod as well. 11%, so that's good. And Judson Clark just brought him in. I'm fully expecting his score to drop off this week. 2 goals, scored nothing in the 4th quarter, but he does a few nice things, so happy with him. So we'll look at the team, what it looks like finished. So we have 1 upgrade to go and 6 trades left, and this is where if you have more trades, you can do luxury stuff, like you can get short to like a Sinclair or Doherty. Yeah, the short's still fine, but yeah, he's 5-round average is 98, and that's not including the West Coast games. It's not too bad. It's alright. It's just as better. It's like too many 110 plus defenders, so I think he'll be okay. Get Jack McRae on. Get Took on, and get these two on. So defense, actually we get to the trades first, and then we'll have the finished team. So I might not trade here because the plan was to go Hobbs out this week and McCartan out. And I'm half thinking about, well, maybe I should just keep Cogs as cover for the year. So we go for like a, I don't know who plays, like Hollins. Something like that. And we can grab a defender. So we're just short of Tom Stewart. So if we traded Connor McDonald instead of Rioli, we wouldn't have this issue. Oh, geez, Sinclair's 600. So we could do that. Could go for Sinclair. I still sort of prefer Sinclair to Doherty, but I don't think there's much in it. So we could do something like that. Or we could do... now this would put us down a player, so it doesn't make much sense. So the best 102k rookie, I think, that will play post-buy is Carmichael. I don't think he'll play straight away, but I think he did alright in the VFL apparently. And then we could grab Doherty. Where is he? So there, we could do that. Or alternatively, we could do nothing this week. Let Hobbs make a bit more money. Let McCartan make a bit more money because they have low break evens. And then we could grab Tom Stewart next week. So I'm not too sure what we're going to do. So I'm just going to do nothing and just think about it at the moment. But this puts us down a player because if Greg Clark plays, we're bringing in a donut. So it doesn't make much sense to do it. So yeah, be Stewart, Doherty or Sinclair this week or next week, and then we'll be done. So yeah, so that's what the team is. So defense, I'm pretty happy with it. Yeah, that'll be whoever. It'd be good to have like a Stewart over Short or something, but I think I'm happy with everyone else. Midfield, like Petraga's annoying at the moment. Be nice to have. I don't know if like who. I don't know. Maybe Callum Mills, I guess, but then Cripps still a bit iffy, just to see how well he runs out the season. But yeah, lowish break even, so he should be alright. He played well on the weekend. Last two, pretty good scores. Whitson, Gorn, probably R1, R2, along with Sean Darcy. So a bit of a 1A, 1B, 1C, I think. Just depends where you rate them all. I think fully fit, Darcy's probably the best scorer, but he's just never fully fit, so you're going to get ups and downs with him. And then the forward line were English, Dunkley, Parker are all at the top of their position. Brody's thereabouts, Cogs is thereabouts. Although Cogs played weak opposition, you can see he's playing with so much more confidence the past 3 weeks. So yeah, very happy with Cogs. And then Butters should be probably Darcy Cameron, but I think he's still on a timer with what's his name, Grundy to come back. So yeah, anyway, that's the team. Yeah, let me know if you have any questions. We'll try and answer them in the podcast. So yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys soon.